What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Chris's Custom Collectables, and this month is the month of December. It's all about Star Wars Rogue One. So today we are going to be pimping out the Nerf gun based on the Death Trooper. Now first off, this is not going to be an overly complicated custom job. It's just a matter of blacking the whole thing. We also have some charring points at the end of the barrel here. I do have to remove this little area in the barrel here so it looks a lot more open. And we do have a lot of legal bullshit writing and trademark crap that I got to get rid of here. I also have to get rid of the Star Wars logo, as bad as that sounds. Now to accompany this, and I still can't believe that it actually fit on top, this is the scope that came with my Scar QCB for my Nightmare Batman cosplay. I had no use for it afterwards, and I saw it just lying around last night. I thought, I wonder. I kid you not, watch this. If I can just slide on like that. Look at that. Look at that. How beautiful does that look? That just brings it up another 10 notches. I think it looks beautiful with that scope. So I am gonna include it on this gun for the final piece. I think we have a lot of potential going here to make it look like a really damn cool prop. Plus I am gonna keep the electronics in it because it sounds amazing. So we gotta have an attack plan. Now, like all custom collectibles, we have to prime the surface so the matte black paint will adhere to it. After the matte black has, pardon me. After the matte black has dried, I'm gonna go in with the Model Masters Silver and do the dry brushing technique around the edges. Now on the screen used guns, there is a lot of silver going on here, like the black paint has been stripped back and there's a lot of charring and burning going on here from the heat of the gun. So I am gonna be replicating that all by hand. I won't be using an airbrush because I have noticed a lot of you guys have been saying, I don't have an airbrush, can I do this by hand? So I'm gonna do this all by hand to make things easier if you guys wanna replicate this method. Really excited about this one. I think it's gonna look wicked by the end. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, now that we've sanded away all this insignia, and I've got to say, I've never seen so much legal bullshit all over a toy. I guess because it is a firing, Nerf gun, they kind of have to cover their ass. Now, we do have this little loader here. I've unscrewed it. Gonna take it off, and this is purely by choice. I just think it's unnecessary for the gun because I'm not gonna have it firing the darts. I just wanted having that sound effect. Now, next up, before we do any priming, I'm gonna permanently glue the scope in place, and for that, I'm just gonna be using the regular Loctite. Usually you think I'd have to use that special primer pen, but funnily enough, Loctite actually wants to bond these two plastics together, so winning! So what I'm actually doing now is cutting some slots in the side here, which is actually on the screen used gun for the Death Troopers. And what I want to do is remove this area here of the barrel. So I do have to remove this orange area here, which I will be putting back on once this inner working is removed. Now we're gonna leave this to sit for about half an hour, and then it is time to prime. Okay, now I've just got my trusty Model Masters Silver here that I'm going to do my little trademark dry brushing technique around the edges just to give the illusion of some exposed metal. And then also we're going to go over this entire area of the barrel here with the Model Masters Silver. And we're then going to go in with a red, a blue, and a purple, just to give that discoloration of the raw metal, like there has been extreme heat applied to the area. And I really love that about the actual screen used prop itself. It just looks so raw and nasty. It's beautiful. So we're just going around all the cornered edges and be very random with your brush strokes. Don't make it all even. As you can see right there, I've got an extra bit there of scuffed metal, so you can even do that if you want. Kind of just flick down in a flicking method and just be very, very random. Now I'm just grabbing a silver Sharpie and going around all those line edges on the barrel and on some parts of the butt of the gun just to really highlight and give it just a little bit of extra detail. Now we're going to get some PVA glue and mix it in with some dirt from the good old driveway, and I figured it'd be cool to put some dried up sand on parts of the blaster because you see the death troopers on the beach, storming the beach, so it makes sense to have a bit of sand on the body of the actual gun and just wipe off the excess, and it gives that natural kind of sandy look like it's been used around a beach. Now we're moving on to the base, and this is a simple base that I wanted to do. I want it like a museum piece, as if this was a prop on display in like a prop museum. So I'm just tracing around some spare perspex that I had lying around. This is like a smoky black transparent perspex that I think will really work well. And I'm just cutting it out and grinding it into shape, grinding it all down nice and smoothly. And then after I grind it down, I go in with a rough sandpaper and then a very fine grit sandpaper and sand the edges until they're completely smooth. Now here is a template for one of the two pegs that will house the actual blaster. The exact same as the actual base itself, just gonna grind them out, sand them down, give them a wash, and then I'm gonna glue them in place with some Loctite, and then we're good to go, guys. That's it for the base. This only took me about an hour to make, and then we're good for the final reveal. So thanks very much for watching, guys. This was a relatively easy custom job, but it's amazing when a little bit of paint can go a long way. Now I will have this exact blaster for sale on my Etsy shop. All orders come with a personalized signed photo from yours truly. You can get me to say whatever you want on it. If you want me to call myself a douche, I'll do it. I'm serious. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Be happy, be merry, be silly, and until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.